I have you all on mute here for the beginning of the presentation, but if you could also mute your phone if you're in a conference room, just in case one of these doesn't work, we don't want to have any background noise. At the end of the presentation, I will unmute everyone so that we have an opportunity for questions and answers. So what we're going to cover today, I'll cover a couple slides, an overview of Dynamics 365 Business Central, and then another slide that gets into a little bit more of the technical details, because I know we have some technical members in our audience as well today. And then after that, I am going to turn it over to Lex Edison, and he's going to show you a little bit about the product. He will review an owner dashboard with you, and then go through a couple processes from quote to cash process. And then for those of you that are distributors or manufacturers that manage inventory, we'll go through an example of how to manage inventory. And then we'll wrap up with Kevin Butler on some of the CRM functionality, where we'll go through taking an opportunity and moving that through to a quote. And then we'll take questions at the end of the presentation here today. So again, want to thank you all for taking time out of your day and joining our webinar. Let's go ahead and get started. So first thing, growing businesses often outgrow their basic accounting software or, current ERP systems that are unable to handle increased volume of transactions, or they may lack integration or not be tied into line of business applications or have reporting limitations. Customers also feel pain around scalability, mobility, and the cloud. So if you take a look at this slide and identify if your existing systems have what it takes to make the most of new opportunities. So here are some signs that many businesses face today with additional growth. Systems are disconnected and information is siloed. Duplicate data may be entered into multiple systems on a daily basis. Accounting functions, some of them may occur in Excel. I think everyone can relate to that, instead of in your financial system. Reporting can be complicated and provides insufficient information. Lack of secure workflows and audit trails can increase risk, and having security issues that go along with that. So with Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central is an all-in-one business management solution that easily and seamlessly connects people and processes. Dynamics 365 Business Central, it's deeply integrated with Office 365 and has built-in intelligence that helps you make better business decisions. It also puts flexibility at the core of your business, enabling you to grow at your own pace and adapt in real time. That means you can start small with the right fit for employee roles, your industry and business needs, and extend that with Dynamics 365 as your business evolves and grows. Here's just an example of what one of Microsoft's current Dynamics 365 Business Central clients have to say about Business Central. One of the things of the strengths of Dynamics 365 is you can get the complete picture across your business with reports when and where you need them. Also take note of the different devices that people are using here to access the system. Dynamics 365, it connects your people and processes with a single unified solution, so data can be quickly and easily shared with key people throughout your company. You have access to the most current, accurate data, so you're making the most informed decisions as possible. Functions like payroll, banking, and CRM systems are just as integrated, so your people can share the most current data and respond to current requests faster with the most accurate information. So here you can see we have different components: project management, operations, reporting and analytics, supply chain, sales and service management, and financial management. One of the features that makes Dynamics 365 unique is there are no compromises with the mobile experience. Often mobile versions don't provide the same rich functionality. Dynamics 365 Business Central supports all mobile experiences equally. Your people get the same desktop capabilities and experience on a Windows, iOS, and Android platforms using their device of choice. Essentially, you can run your business from any platform with a consistent user experience from desktop to smartphone with the latest high-level security features built in. Manage quote to cash. This is one of the examples that we'll go through. You can do all of this in Outlook. So shorten the time from quote to cash by managing the entire process within your inbox in Outlook. With Dynamics 365 Business Central, it's easy to set up your customers or vendors and get to work. Create a quote by pulling product details and quantities directly from a customer's email. Input key points into your quote template in Outlook, and then email the final quote to the customer in a matter of minutes. The process is just as simple when it's time to create and send an invoice for the payment. Automating business processes. So this gives you the ability to improve productivity and get more done with easy to create workflows, audit trails, and enterprise level security. Connect workflows across sales and accounting to automatically track cash flow, for example, secure purchasing, credit authorization, and vendor payment processes with predefined alerts and workflows. So the workflow capability is a significant component of this solution. Making smarter business decisions. A new solution doesn't mean hours of training or disruption to key processes. With Dynamics 365 Business Central, you can get up and running quickly, right from the start, handle the most common tasks, quotes, orders, invoicing, purchasing, cash management, reporting, etc. If you're currently a company that uses QuickBooks, we can easily transfer your company financial data into Dynamics 365 Business Central and ease the data migration, timing, and pain, and get you up and running very quickly. Get an end-to-end view of your business. With Business Central, it connects your people and processes, again, with a single unified solution, so data can be quickly and easily shared with key people throughout your company. You always will have access to the most current data, accurate data, so making the most informed decisions is possible. For example, the second a sales rep in the field makes a change to the customer quote, it gets reflected in your numbers being pulled for a forecast report back at the office. With more accurate information at your fingertips, decisions have a bigger impact on your bottom line. Sell smarter and improve customer service. Being able to easily track sales performance and leverage actionable insights so you can focus on your customers, have some of the greatest potential for long-term growth for your business. Deliver value at every touch point by prioritizing your sales leads based on revenue potential, and keep track of all of your customer interactions to get the best guidance and advice, upsell and cross-sell renewal opportunities to maximize your revenue and customer experience. Some of the other things that you can do here is it has some built-in intelligence where it can make recommendations for you. So for example, optimizing inventory levels. There's built-in intelligence to predict when and what to replenish. Purchase only what you need with dynamically updated inventory levels. You can leverage sales forecasts to help drive purchasing demand as well. Once again, already mentioned, it's easy to start and grow easily. Free your business and your people from the limitations of multiple disconnected solutions and the inefficient employee workarounds that waste hours and hours every week. Dynamics 365 Business Central automatically pulls your systems and processes together so your people don't have to, which allows you to get your entire company in sync with the growth of your business. You can automate critical processes with easy to create workflows and audit trails that are fully secure without adding any additional complexity. And then every business has its own unique components, so the system is able to be tailored to your specific needs. You can create custom applications with a simple drag and drop in Client Designer to rearrange fields, rename groups, and reposition elements and design workflows to automate your business process. You can work with a partner like OTT to connect third-party applications, or configure Dynamics 365 Business Central to support your unique industry-specific needs. There are also industry-specific business extensions available for you. There's an application called AppSource. It helps businesses do more with solutions like Dynamics 365 Business Central by providing an ecosystem of apps to discover, try, and deploy. We're simplifying the process of expanding Dynamics 365 Business Central by providing the relevant line of business solutions that integrate with the entire Microsoft Intelligent Cloud. So you can see that it can connect to things like Excel, SharePoint, and CRM, just as a few examples. So be ready for growth. Again, start with what you need and add new solutions at your own pace. Using the flexible and scalable database means rapid business changes lead to more opportunities. Growth can stay positive and build business momentum. Exactly what you'd expect when your business runs securely on the Microsoft Cloud. So at this point, I'm going to just switch over to the technical slide here quickly and go through a few points on that. So Microsoft is a cloud that you can trust. Microsoft is committed, starting at the top with their CEO and leadership, to providing a cloud you can trust. They take very seriously their commitment to protect customers in a cloud-first world. They follow a set of standards and best practices to ensure that their cloud services are reliable and perform as you need them. They actively partner with a wide range of industry and government entities to establish confidence and trust in a wider cloud ecosystem. So here's an example of some of the different cloud components where Dynamics 365 fits in what Microsoft calls the Intelligent Cloud. So the top layer there, the software as a solution, this is one of the core competencies of OTT here on our staff, where we work with Dynamics 365, Power BI integrated with Office. Also down in the cloud infrastructure area with Microsoft Azure. That's where all of this data is stored in the cloud. We have skill sets in that area as well for your maybe on-premise components that you want to put up in Azure, or extra data storage, backup, disaster recovery type functions. And then data and analytics, SQL Server in the cloud is also becoming very popular. Here are some industry statistics at a global level. So here you can see that 80% of the Fortune 500 companies are on a Microsoft Cloud platform, and 50% of those Fortune 500 companies are using Windows Azure. Over 1.5 million SQL databases are currently running on Azure, and Microsoft SQL is the #1 most used database in the world. 80% of the Fortune 500 have Office 365, which is currently available in 125 different markets worldwide. And then you can see 14 billion plus Active Directory authentications, over 500 million users. Over 40% of Azure revenue is from startups and ISVs with over 1,000 new Windows Azure customers every day. 200 plus online services are delivered with a guaranteed uptime of 99.9%. Greater than 15 billion has been invested to build the cloud infrastructure across 100 different data centers and over 1 million servers. And now we get into the trillions. 777 trillion storage transactions per day, with over 1.5 million requests to the network are processed every second. So I think we can all agree that the cloud has arrived, and we believe the cloud is here to stay. So with Dynamics Business Central, again, we covered this on the initial slide deck, but these are the different components that we'll look at the modules here next. So here's the breakdown. So if we look at financial management, includes modules across the top layer there. So if you're a company that just needs like general ledger, AP, AR type processing, the financial management area would be able to handle that for you. Get into sales and service management. You can see some of the functionalities there, and I'll just let you look at this slide here for some of the functionality. How the pricing is broken down, Microsoft has two different offerings. The first level is called Essentials, so that includes everything but manufacturing and field service. So if you are not a manufacturer or a field service organization, the pricing is $70 per user per month. It's named users. So for example, if you have 10 people that need access to the system, it'll be $70 per user per month times 10 for $700 a month to run the system. If you are a manufacturer or a field service organization, then we get into the Premier, which adds the functionality for those two industries, and then it's $100 per user per month for that type of solution. There's no mixing and matching of the two between Essential and Premier. You're either an Essential customer or a Premier customer for all users. So how can people adopt and consume the services? So the key thing here is it's available across any device, as we talked about, whether it's a smartphone, a tablet, or a desktop machine. Also Android, the iOS, whatever the device may use. Outlook as a client is another strong differentiator. So if you're one of those that really like to do your work throughout the day in Outlook, there's an Outlook client for Dynamics 365 Business Central. So you can see here on the screenshot, your customer information is there. You have access to do a quote, convert it to an order and invoice it, ship it, and so forth. So how are my people supported in their business decision making? So you can see on the left, we have all this data. What do we do with that data? There's many ways to analyze it and interact with it. So we have static reports, really what happened. We've got dashboards that are available, interactive dashboards through Power BI that give you real-time information. There are predictions, what will happen, for example, around cash flow and inventory. And then there's what-if type scenarios where there's some intelligence built in that can help you make the best decisions for your business. So Power BI is available and is the reporting platform for this solution. Power BI not only works with Dynamics 365 Business Central, but it can also work with on-premise deployments of solutions that you have. Power BI, there's a free version, and then there's also a professional version. There's many different kind of requirements on what you would qualify for or what you would need. So that's something that we would have to work with each individual company on, whether they qualify for the free version or if they need to move up to the professional version to meet their reporting needs. So how do I adapt and extend the standard business process provided by these services? So here's just a little chart that shows, how things are organized and connected with each other. There's a connector that's available to connect to external sources. So one example that I'll use here is Dynamics 365 Business Central has some of its own built-in CRM functionality. If you will, I'll call it more of a light CRM. But if you need more of an extensive, elaborate CRM solution, this integrates with Dynamics 365 for sales. So you can have your Dynamics 365 sales CRM platform in the cloud and have that automatically integrated with your operations management solution in Dynamics 365 Business Central. What Kevin will show you today will be some of the native CRM functions within Dynamics 365 Business Central. We are also a Dynamics 365 for sales partner, so if you have any integration needs or interest in that CRM solution, we're here to help you with that and integrate it with this solution. What service levels do they have? So their uptime service availability on a monthly basis is 99.9%, less than 24 hours for disaster recovery and failover. And then they offer monthly service credits if they don't meet those standards that they have set here. So at this time, I am going to take a moment here, and we are going to make Lex the presenter, and he is going to walk through a few of the demo scenarios so you can see a little bit of what the product looks like here. So with that, I will turn it over to Lex.
Good morning. My name is Lex Edison. Did you turn it on?
Hold on one second.
Good morning. My name is Lex Edison. I'm a senior dynamics consultant here at OTT. And this morning, I'd like to show you 3 different scenarios of how Dynamics 365 can benefit your company. First, I'd like to show you how how reporting benefits the owner of the company. Then we'll go on to quote to cash, and I'll show you how to actually enter a quote to all the way through to cash receipt using Microsoft Outlook. And then we'll look at how D365 helps you manage your inventory better. In the first scenario, I'm going to demo how, show you how first you can gain quick access to financial reports and review the health of the company. Second, how to identify trends and opportunities. And third, how to review customer history. And then fourth, how to manage the business. One of the challenges and priorities of any business owner is having a clear understanding of the entire health of a business. Too often, business owners don't have a clear understanding of how they are doing with sales, inventory levels, inventory valuations, project overruns, and even margins. This is the front end or the home page of Dynamics 365. If you notice, we could scroll down here and we could see some reports. We scroll back up. We have a Power BI report here. And if we look at March, it shows you what your gross margin is for the month of March and what your operating margin is. And that's embedded in Dynamics 365 and available to everyone. The owner can get a quick glance of key indicators that drive the business. In addition to the rich data visualizations out of the box, embedding Power BI charts is easy and provides additional insights. Okay. And also on the home page of Dynamics 365, we have sales for the month represented here. If we take a look at that, we could drill down on it and see all the transactions that make up the sales for the month. It also helps you to uncover opportunities and trends. Identifying trends can be timely, frustrating, and laborious. That requires manipulation and intimacy of the underlying data. In many companies, this manual process oftentimes relies heavily on Excel and exports to Excel, and then analysis is subjective. Power BI transforms your company data into rich visualizations for you to collect and organize so you can focus on what matters to you. If we select the app switcher, which is this little waffle icon up at the top, it will show you all of your cloud applications. And if we go down to all apps down here and select that, we could select Power BI, and that will open Power BI for us. Rich data from virtually any data source can be fed into the company dashboard. The data connection developed by Microsoft allows data from Dynamics 365 to display. Capabilities such as Q&A, type in any question, drill into the details, and share with others inside or outside the organization provides a rich experience for any organization. So let's select the customer dashboard. And this shows us, for each of your customers, a visual representation of their sales for the period, the last 12 months. If we want to know how litware, down on the donut chart down here, it relates to that, we could drill down on litware and it will show us by product, by inventory ID, what the sales for litware were. If we select recent from the list and select the light bulb button, it will show us Quick Insights. Quick Insights is a component of Power BI which provides additional insights based on trends, historical, and provides forecasts. The Insights feature is built on a growing set of advanced analytical algorithms that are developed by Microsoft Research that will continue to use to allow more people to find insights in their data in new and intuitive ways. So if we select Finance Insights here, it will show us a number of additional insight cards or dashboards. We can scroll down and there are some more of them. These are developed, as I said, by Microsoft Research to fit your business. If we select recent there, we can select finance and here see another group of dashboard reports that we could use. The rich insights and visualization clearly demonstrates how simple and easy it is to make intelligent decisions. However, you will not always be online or connected. Occasionally, you will need the data to tell the story to your shareholders, stakeholders, investors, etc. Integrated with other Microsoft applications, let's take the data with us to that meeting. So to do that, all we would have to do is go up to File, select File, and export it to PowerPoint. And that would give you a PowerPoint that you could take on your laptop or whatever and show as a slideshow to anyone, which is basically all of the reports that you saw previously on that financial dashboard. Once the PPT slides are integrated into the online dashboard, the owner easily addresses a question about GM. He or she clicks on the data in PPT and it opens, assuming that you're connected to the internet, it'll open Power BI. So if we drill into the chart, now we can drill down on each one of those. Chasing down clients for outstanding balances is the least rewarding task for an owner, yet the relationship with the client can often convince the customer to make payment a priority. So if we go back to the apps switcher, the waffle button, and choose Dynamics 365 and choose from the Business Central area, customers, it brings us into Dynamics 365 and shows us a list of our customers. We can choose then a customer, in this case, a Datum Corporation, and choose a report, and it shows us a list of reports that are available. In this case, we're going to choose a statement, and it produces for us a statement for that customer. Within 2 clicks, you can quickly and easily gain access to information that you need immediately and be able to see inflows and outflows of cash and determine how other decisions impact cash. To manage the business process, you will learn the importance of reporting to help manage the business. The goal of this scenario is to demonstrate how easy it is to monitor cash and ensure it's positive. Or do we have enough cash to stay in business? So let's go here. We'll select Excel reports directly from the top part of the screen, which is referred to as a ribbon, and choose Aged Accounts Receivable. That immediately gives us a list of all of our accounts receivable by customer into our aging buckets. There also is a search function, a global search function that's accessed by clicking on the magnifying glass at the top of the screen. And if we click on that and type in, for instance, customer balance, it will look through Dynamics 365 and find every report that matches customer balance. So one of them is customer trial balance, and if we select that, then for each customer, it will show us a trial balance showing the beginning balance and net changes for the period. So in summary, Dynamics 365 benefits the owner by increasing productivity, helping the owner to make better decisions, and quickly and easily identify trends and spend less time searching and more time dedicated to analysis. The next area I'd like to go to is a demo of quote to cash, or email to money. One of the simple ways in which we see the blending of productivity tools and business processes of Dynamics 365 Business Central is through Microsoft Outlook. Dynamics 365 Business Central extends Microsoft Outlook to include access to financial information and enable users to easily interact with customers and vendors. So in this scenario, I will show you how to enter a sales quote, send that quote via email, convert it to an invoice, post the invoice, and then collect the cash for that invoice. To enter a sales quote, let's say you receive from one of your customers, in this case, Robert Towns of Adatum Corporation, a request for a sales quote for 2 items. Before creating a document or transaction, quote, order, or invoice, it is efficient to provide users to be informed prior to or during their interactions with customers and vendors. The information available enables users to be more productive and make quicker decisions. Users gain insight to the customers and vendors they are interacting with before they complete their task. So if we select open sales invoices for this customer, it'll show us for Adatum Corporation the current open sales invoices for that company, so we can decide whether or not we should issue a sales quote. So now let's enter a sales quote based on the information that Robert Towns has sent us. We'll click on the plus button. We'll choose sales quote. The add-in automatically recognizes the body of the email and auto-suggests line items based on what Robert has sent you. The app is intelligent enough to recognize and places the item and description in the appropriate columns. The system application has the intelligence to understand and enters the data correctly in item number and in the item description field. So this intelligence reduces the number of clicks and also ensures data integrity. So now the real-time seamless integration shows the sale quote now in sales history over in Dynamics 365. There's the sales quote we just brought in. So let's open that, and now it shows us the details of that, both the chairs or the 2 items that they ordered, and there they are. Now we can send that via email. We'll just select the ellipsis button here and choose send by email. It creates the email and attaches a copy of that sales quote as a PDF. We can open that attachment, and there's the PDF. Now we can convert them, and then we'll send that invoice. Now we can convert that to an invoice by clicking again on the ellipsis button and choosing make an invoice and choosing yes. And then if we minimize Outlook, we see now that document converted to an invoice in Dynamics 365. So let's open that sales invoice and note that the invoice number has changed. Now let's post that invoice. So again, back in Outlook, we click on the ellipsis button again, choose post and send, and it creates a outgoing email for us with an attached PDF file. You can open that attachment and look at the invoice that it's going to send out. Now the customer now has an outstanding balance, if you note in this area. And now we can convert that to cash. So all we do to convert it to cash when the cash receipt comes in is we'll open the cash receipt journal, we'll open a general batch, we'll enter the amount, which is going to be $2,783.86. We'll select the document to apply it to, which is that invoice that we originally created. We'll click OK and click Preview Posting, and it'll show us what it's going to post. And then we will close, and that's it. The benefits are it reduces the initial learning of a new system because you're entering it in Outlook, and most people already use Outlook. It reduces time and data entry process because it automatically recognizes from a quote what the customer's asking for and what their name and account is, and it allows you to respond very quickly. Integration to Microsoft productivity tools is essential to many small businesses who rely on the suite of tools to run their business. Dynamics 365 extends Microsoft Outlook to include access to financial information and enable users to easily interact with customers and vendors. Built into Outlook, users can immediately create documents such as quotes, orders, invoice, etc., and reduce the risk of entering inaccurate information. Next thing I'd like to show you then is how it helps you to better manage your inventory. Managing inventory while tracking trends on top-selling items is key to managing cash and key investments into this business. In this scenario, I will show you how to review top-selling items, check inventory, place purchase invoices, post those invoices, and predict inventory needs. To review aged inventory, I can show you that. Key reports and metrics are accessible from the home page. Here's an aged inventory report displaying how long items have been in inventory. One area of concern for businesses is my inventory stale and how much is this costing me? If you look at this embedded report here, you see over 120 days is a pretty large amount. So if we click on that to drill in, it'll show us a report of each one of the items that are in that bucket, their cost, and how many items you have left. A list of these items provides insight into the total cost, quantity, and when they were purchased. A company can use this information to hone their purchasing decisions on items to order in the future. We can also use Dynamics 365 to review top-selling items. Let's select items from the ribbon and select, it displays now a list of all of our items. We can select report also from the ribbon and choose inventory statistics and select the top 10 list report, and it will show us a list of our top 10 selling items. Providing organizations the opportunity to quickly and easily analyze trends is immediately accessible within a few clicks. One example is this report, which identifies top sales items based on inventory and is critical to successfully managing cash for the business. Athens desk is item number 1896 is ranked number one, as one of the top selling products. Top selling item is in danger of inventory depletion or back order is a risk to the business. So let's check inventory, vendor, and vendor lead time for that item. So all we need to do that is do a search, and this time we'll enter purchase advice, and the purchase advice report comes up. And now we can see for Athens desks that the available inventory is 11. We have 7 on order, and the reorder point is 25. Let's go back to the vendor for Athens desk. We'll select vendors. We'll select a report, and we'll select purchase. Go to vendor item purchase and type in 1896S, which is that Athens desk, and we'll preview it, and it shows us that we buy that desk from two vendors, First Up Consultants and not publishers. If one of these vendors provided more favorable lead time or more favorable terms and pricing, this view would allow us to make quicker decisions on which vendor to transact with to refill inventory. So let's enter a purchase invoice for that item. First, let's go back to the home screen. We'll select vendors. We'll choose First Up Consultants, assuming that that's the vendor that we want to order from. We'll open that vendor. We'll choose Purchase Invoice. We'll enter a vendor invoice number. We'll type the item number in, which is Athens Desk. We'll put a quantity in, and we'll post. And here's a review of the posted item. Now, if we open the current balance now of First Up Consultants, we will see that invoice that we just created. Managing inventory while tracking trends on top-selling items is key to managing a business and key investments in the business. Dynamics 365 Business Central helps organize to better manage products and services and to avoid issues. Let's look at how it helps you to predict inventory needs. So again, let's go back to the main home page. We'll select items. We'll again choose Athens Desk. And we'll look over here at the forecast for there's a built-in app that shows you the forecast for the item that you select. We'll choose the forecast, and this time we'll change it to show an inventory forecast. Now, this is one of our top, or actually our number one selling item. And if you look at it, you can see that in 2 months here in June, we're going to be negative on that inventory item. So let's create a purchase invoice for it. So we'll select that. Now, there's a smart notification associated with this task when we create that invoice. Cortana Intelligence recognizes the additional inventory items that need to be ordered are commonly ordered from this vendor. So it notifies us of that, and we can add them to this document. So now, in addition to the Athens Desk that we want to order, it will also show us other items which also need to be ordered. And all we would have to do would be to post them, and that order would be created in Dynamics 365. The goal of this scenario was to demonstrate how to manage inventory with Dynamics 365 Business Central. The results show, A, it provides greater insight into inventory levels and demands and improves cash management and company investments. Now I'd like to turn this over to Kevin, who will show you some sales entry.
Thank you, Lex. Give us one moment here. We're going to switch to Kevin, and Kevin's going to share his screen. And here we will look at some of the native CRM functionality within Dynamics 365 Business Central. So I'll turn it over to Kevin for that.
Good morning. My name is Kevin Butler, and I am a CRM consultant. What I'm going to be showing you guys today is the opportunity to quote process within the Dynamics 365 Business Central system. And one of the things that we want to point out is going to be the increased productivity, how we can spend less time on data entry, how opportunities can help us make better decisions, and also how we can quickly and easily access customer history. So these are the different stages of having the opportunity to turn into a sales quote. The first thing we're going to do is create an opportunity. Then we're going to activate the sales stage within that opportunity. Then we're going to convert that opportunity to a sales quote. And then we're going to send that sales quote off to the customer. This screen that we're looking at now is the user, who is a salesperson's home screen. This home screen has different charts and graphs. It's also something that we can scroll down on. When we scroll down, we can kind of see some data that we can access pretty quickly. And inside of here, we can see that there are 6 opportunities that this salesperson is assigned to. Once we click on that, we can see the list of these 6 opportunities. But we want to actually create a new one, so we're going to go through and click the new button. Inside of here, we'll need to first enter a description of the opportunity, and then assign it to a particular contact via a lookup. Once we actually find the contact here of Robert Towns, we're going to go ahead and select that, and then activate the first stage. Once we activate it, we're going to go ahead and close this out, and it'll bring us back to the list of opportunities that are assigned to the salesperson. What I'm going to do is go through and I'm going to open up that new opportunity. I want to go through now and I want to update the cost associated to the opportunity. So what I need to do in order to do that is click the update button here. And this will allow me to enter in either the amount or probability of the opportunity to actually get closed. Once I click OK, I'll need to actually go through and convert it now from an opportunity into a sales quote. And once we do that, we need to go through and add in the products for the sales quote. So we're going to go ahead and enter in a line item for Athens desks, and then we're going to go ahead and enter in the quantity. We're going to add in another line item for the chairs, and then we're going to enter in the quantity. Once we're done with this, we're going to go ahead and send by email, which will allow us to create an email right out of the system. And this is going to be the initial email that you can update and manipulate any way that you want to. This is the actual quote that's going to be attached in the email, very similar to what Lex showed you guys. And now you can see here we have 7 new open opportunities. And that's pretty much it. It's really quick and easy, and it just goes through to show that Dynamics 365 Business Central allows you to increase productivity, spend less time on data entry. It gives you the advantage of making better decisions and to quickly and easily access customer history.
Thank you, Kevin. Now I'm going to unmute everyone here, and then we can go through and see if there are any questions that anyone has. So there's a couple opportunities. You can either click and answer a question online through the questions interface, or everyone is unmuted at this time. You can go ahead and ask your question, and we will do our very best to get an answer for you. So at this time, it doesn't appear that we have any questions. For any follow-up, you can reach us here at OTT directly by phone at 651-262-2622, and I will address your questions. Otherwise, you can email us at info@ott-inc.com, and we will get right back to you and get your questions answered for you. I want to thank everyone for taking time out of your day this morning to join us on this webinar, and have a great rest of the day. Thank you very much.